Howdy, music lovers of all types of genres. This is Joe over at Joe's Sacred Vinyl. Here to make another video. It's been a long time. I think it's been like 6 months since the last video I made. I kind of make them as I see fit. This one is going to be a contest entry to Uncommon Pallor. I just discovered his channel last week, actually. Pat over at Ground Zero Salem kind of led me his way, and Mike's got like 100+ subscribers now, so he threw a contest. Congratulations, man, that's pretty awesome. I just want to give a shout out to the 20-some subscribers I have who have stuck it out for the past, like, I don't know, 3 years or however long I've been slightly doing these videos. Anyway, that's not why we're here. We're gonna answer some questions. Mike's got some pretty interesting questions. So, first question is, name a band or a title of an album in a language that you can't speak, say, and so on. So, since I can barely speak English, this is pretty easy for me. But the one I chose is a band called, I think it's called Drush, and that's the title there, if you can see that. I can't even attempt that. So I want to say they're from Finland, and I could be totally wrong there because I'm just a dumb American. But fortunately with this album, it actually tells you what the title is. It's called The Swan Road. And all the titles in the back, which, they're actually backwards anyway, so that doesn't help. But they give you the title in English. So this one, Blood and Fate, that I can say. So anyway, black metal band. This came out in 2005. This is a reissue, I think, from a few years ago. They're a pretty well established band. They're pretty awesome, actually. Kind of atmospheric black metal, I guess you would say. So yeah, don't know what they said, how to pronounce it, but musically they're awesome. So there you go. And next question, I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet, like everybody else's intro. So next question is a band with profanity in the title, the band name, or in the album, and so on. So I chose a little-known Pacific Northwest band called Addicted. And you look at the title and you're like, Addicted? Well, that's English, but it's Addicted. So, play on words. This was a 3-piece Eugene band, actually, and I was friends with them. They played a bunch of all-girl 3-piece band. They played a bunch of house parties back in the day, early 90s. So they were kind of part of the whole Riot Girl scene that was pretty popular in Seattle, Portland, so on. But what kind of separated them from a lot of other bands was that they were actually pretty heavy for the time, kind of Melvin's influenced, and the singer, guitar player Akaya, she had an amazing ability to write really catchy, heavy songs. So they didn't do much, but Kaya went on to another band called Team Dresch, which were a very well established all-girl Portland band, and they've got a couple amazing albums that were well beyond just an all-girl rock band. I mean, they were a phenomenal band. But Addicted were a kind of a good starting ground for Kaya, and they were pretty sloppy, but they kind of knew what they were doing even then. They only put out, I think, this 7-inch and one other 7-inch, and that was it. But anyway, Addicted, because men suck. So there you go. And last but not least is a band whose name is shitty, or just crap. So I chose a band that I had seen back in the 80s when I was kind of obsessed with Circus Magazine and Kerrang and so on. I would always see this band in the classifieds in the very back. I would, peruse the magazine from front page to back, and this band always was in the classifieds for this album. And I always thought, even back then, what a stupid band name. And that band is called Dead Engine. and they are basically kind of a sloppy ripoff of Skid Row, you know, kind of post glam rock. This came out in 1988, and it's just kind of generic, you know, 80s post hair metal. So they were a little heavier than, you know, Guns N' Roses and Skid Row, but not by much. And I found this at a record shop maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I had totally forgotten about this band, but then I saw the title and I was like, Dead Engine. I was like, oh man, I remember those guys. What a horrible band name. But yet I bought the album, you know, so how horrible could it be? They got my money because I remembered them from back in the mid 80s. So maybe not such a bad, stupid band name, you know, I don't know. Anyway, Hold a Grudge is the name of the album, and Dead Engine. So that's kind of my entry to this contest. Like I said, this is a short and sweet video. Mike, congratulations. Uncommon Pallor, check it out. I, you know, put a link and all that. I don't know how to do any of that shit on these videos. The people that make these amazing videos, I'm blown away. So, anyway, congratulations, Mike. Ciao.